Breaking news just arrives as Social Security increase is finally announced by BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it impacts Social Security, SSI, SSDI, Veteran Affairs, Railroad Retirement, Disability, as well as if you receive food stamp benefits, it also impacts you. While Social Security Administration announces 2.8% cost of living adjustment, but there is one very important thing that you need to know, which will just not give you this increase in benefits, means COLA of 2026, but it will also increase your benefits significantly if this one thing happens from this administration. It doesn't stop here. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that the SNAP benefits COLA increase for 2026 is also here. How much will your food stamp increase from this month? I'm going to give you each and every detail, but all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's begin. So let's begin with the biggest opportunity that you can avail right now. Do you know you can save around $1,100 when it comes to your Medicare plan? That's why I partnered with Chapter, where you can get unbiased help from a real person absolutely free. All you need to do is to call the number on the screen, 212-461-4492. Again, the number is 212-461-4492, and get the help that you deserve absolutely free. Let's move on with this very important update as Social Security Administration announces 2.8% cost of living adjustment. This is not huge because we already knew about it, that this increase could be somewhere between 2.7 to 2.8%, and it's finalized. Usually this COLA announcement happens in the middle of October, means October the 15th, but because of this government shutdown, they have delayed it to October the 24th, and President Trump ordered his administration to send the BLS guy back to the offices so they can reveal and prepare this very important inflation data. But one thing that you need to understand, that a number of lawmakers as well as analysts and experts are making noise right now. They're asking this administration to withdraw from this CPIW metric that they used to measure this COLA. According to them, it's outdated, it's vague, it's no use of seniors, and seniors deserve CPIE, means CPI for elderly, which will analyze the seniors' spending, such as how much they spend on their rent, on their mortgage, on their groceries, especially on their utilities and prescriptions, and then this COLA increase should be renewed according to it. Well, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation? Because according to these lawmakers and experts, if they change the COLA metric, the benefits will see an increase of somewhere between $300 to $500, and after this COLA announcement, the increase is somewhere between $54 to $58 on an average for all recipients. And this is why millions of seniors are disappointed that why this administration is doing this with us. Previous administration was really bad according to President Trump and this administration, and they have done everything to hurt the most vulnerable population on American soil, that is seniors and disability benefit recipients. But when it comes to this administration, they are doing the same. If you remember, under Big Beautiful Bill, President Donald J. Trump claimed that he eliminated taxes on all seniors, but the reality is that not all taxes are exempt. Still, around 20% seniors will pay taxes on their benefits. While Social Security and Supplemental Security Income SSI benefits will rise 2.8% in 2026 after the annual cost of living adjustment, means COLA, the federal government announced on Friday. The Social Security Administration announced the 2026 COLA as the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, released a September Consumer Price Index CPI report. The CPI report, which tracks inflation, had been delayed due to the government shutdown. Well, you already know that the CPIW metric is outdated and is vague according to a number of analysts and experts. While the annual inflation rose to 3% in September, up from 2.9% in August, with prices rising 0.3% last month alone, while both annual and monthly inflation were slightly lower than Wall Street expectation of 3.1% and 0.4% respectively. The CPI report marked the highest annual price growth since January 2025, and according to the recent report from Gallup, the prices of groceries are up by 21%. According to another report, the rent prices are hiked up by 28%. Now, on what earth is possible to give this 2.8% increase to seniors? Well, we know that the prices of basic necessities are rising. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation? Because seniors are desperate. Seniors are scared. Seniors are confused that why this 2.8% COLA was even announced. And the reason is simple. Still, in 2025, around 5 million seniors receive below poverty level checks from Social Security Administration. And you know what? Even though they receive this 2.8% increase, the Medicare Part B premium will eliminate this increase. This is the biggest worry. And while talking about Medicare Part B premium, that's where I want to emphasize on this opportunity that can save you around $1,100 in this worst inflation. Well, all you need to do is to call the number on the screen, 212-461-4492. Give Chapter a call today and get the help that you deserve absolutely free. And after getting the help, please give your feedback in the comment section, and it means a lot to us. Well, in a Friday statement, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt highlighted the inflation report coming in slightly lower than expectations, calling it good news for American families. Well, this is something that we all can debate about, but one thing is for sure, that even though the increase has been announced, means the cost of living adjustment for 2026 has been announced, but it's not something that millions of seniors and disability benefit recipients deserve. Let's go towards this update. SNAP benefits COLA increase 2026. How much will your food stamp increase from this month? Now, you need to pay attention to this, because as I mentioned earlier, that according to the recent report from Gallup, the prices of groceries are up by 21% in the past 3 years, as well as the rent prices are going up by 28%. And now look how much of an increase that millions of these recipients are going to receive. Well, from October 1st, 2025, beneficiaries of SNAP benefits, means food stamps, in the United States will see slight increase in monthly food stamp amounts. These adjustments are in response to inflation and cost of food under the cost of living adjustment COLA mechanism. Although the increase is modest, it will allow millions of households to receive some extra dollars to cover their basic expenses. For example, a family of 4 in the 48 contiguous states will go from receiving $975 to only $994 a month. A family of 4 is going to receive $994 a month. Now, the biggest question is that how many families are going to receive this full amount? And the answer is that under this administration, not a lot, because the recent changes in SNAP benefits, especially the work requirement, is a nightmare for millions of low-income families. Well, you need to understand this part, as under the recent bill, this administration came up with strict work requirements for low-income Americans. Now, a person needs to work at least 20 hours a week, means 80 hours a month. So if a person is working 80 hours a month, he's above that poverty threshold. Means that either he's going to receive little amount in SNAP food stamp benefits, or that person will not receive food stamps at all. Now, according to a number of analysts and experts, this is a trick from this administration to cut food stamp benefits, a lifeline that millions of low-income Americans rely on. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this whole situation? Because this is clearly shocking. Look at this. Along with the increase in benefits, the income limits to qualify for SNAP will also rise, opening the door for more families to apply for assistance. For a 4-person household in most states, the monthly gross income limit will increase from $3,380 to $3,483, while the net income limit will increase from $2,600 to $2,680. In Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories such as Guam and Virgin Islands, the caps are higher due to the higher cost of living. This is the relief for thousands of households facing the impact of inflation on food and services. And you need to understand that though food stamp is a lifeline for millions of low-income Americans, now it seems like that this lifeline is simply taken away from a number of Americans. And according to the recent survey, around 2.4 million American households will lose their SNAP food stamp benefits. This is indeed a shocking situation at times where millions and millions of Americans need some sort of relief from this administration. They are taking away the vital lifeline, and this has been said by a number of lawmakers, analysts, and experts. While one thing is for sure, that inflation is up, and this administration needs to come up with a plan that can bring relief for millions of these low-income Americans. President Trump kept talking about giving stimulus checks to Americans somewhere between $1,000 to $2,000, but the reality is that a number of lawmakers and experts are calling this statement a political stunt, as same as the previous Doge stimulus checks that were proposed by Elon Musk, the ex-head of Doge, as well as from President Donald J. Trump. And according to them, right now President Trump is using the same tactic to keep his popularity up, while he's not going to do anything for low and middle income Americans. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation, because this is clearly shocking. Well, if you have any questions at all, then please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer each and every question of yours, as Credit Viral channel will always be with you in your good and difficult times. Look at this. Overall, it is estimated that the New York work requirements will affect more than 1.2 million people. Just in New York alone, around 1.2 million people will be affected by these new work rules. Means that they are going to either lose their SNAP benefits, or they're going to receive the minimal benefits somewhere between $23 to $28. Quite a shocking situation. Again, if you have any feedback about this whole situation, let me know in the comments below. Let's start a discussion and see that what this administration can do to make lives easier of millions of Americans. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.